Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
Welcome to Golf Central. Ryan Burr, Brandel Chambly, wild round 3 at the Honda Classic. Right out of the gate, Sergio Garcia for birdie. Got him to 9 under par. We moved to 6.
And he's the best on tour. This is Seve-esque from this distance. He opens the blade going back, sets the angle, and then releases, but pulls that left arm to his side and sort of releases, but keeps the club head outside his hands. Great par save at the 6th.
Garcia flying high. Adam Scott just trying to hang in there. Here he is at 6.
And this from a long distance, believe it or not, the longest putt he'd made to this point this year, this season, was 36 feet. That from 48 feet at the 6th for a rare birdie.
And cuts the lead to 2 to the 9th hole after birdie in 7 and 8. Scott stays red hot.
And between yardages here and taking a little off this iron shot, just like he did yesterday to the 11th. A more dangerous hole location there, but just a soft, beautiful cut shot to this left pin resulted in a birdie. And watch the toe here, folks. Watch the toe of his putter release. You can see that it closed over. He hit his line with beautiful speed, and that is why he went to the claw.
So it was 4 birdies in a row for Scott to get to 10 under. Sergio kept it at 10 under. Now it's Scott to get to 11 under with another birdie at 12. Garcia, Brandel, same hole. Can he tie?
Well, it was a great back and forth between these two, and there really had been no mistakes until then.
Spins out. Garcia trails by 1 to the 13th. Scott second.
Again, just a soft iron shot. We've seen him blasting away off of the tee, swinging upwards of 122, 123 miles an hour, and then the off-speed pitch coming into these greens, working it just as well left to right, right to left, and in between yardages. And again, another iron shot sets up a great look at birdie. You see his make percentage there, 56%. He's better than that this week.
Adam Scott at 12 under, playing the game of golf at a different level. Garcia, same hole.
Clearly see he drug it into the inside there. When you do that, you have a tendency to push it, and he did.
It's a 3-shot lead for Adam Scott, 14.
Miss it long and left at 14. You got stress. He comes out. It looked like maybe a 5 or a 4 iron here, keeping along the ground. Very difficult to judge going into the grain of the Bermuda grass. It could have got hung up. It didn't. Great par save.
Now it's off to the bear trap.
One of the reasons why this hole gives so many players angst, you see it, 48 feet is the narrowest part of this green. The average miss from about 188 yards on tour is 35 feet. Today it was 39 feet, 12 feet behind that hole location, 21 feet to the left of it, 27 feet to the drop-off. If you pick a target and miss it and hit an average shot, you've got stress. And out of that bunker, more than 50% of the time, you're going to make bogey.
And take a deep breath and understand what Adam Scott had done. 7 under through 14. 39 straight holes without a bogey. He had a 3-shot lead on Garcia. A 7-shot lead on Ricky Fowler before he gets to 15.
It just takes a slight miss. On any other hole, pretty much, you'd go up there and hit a nice pitch shot, try to save par. This one you're dropping in the drop circle, and as we've seen throughout this week, the drop circle's no piece of cake, especially when the hole location's all the way in the back and you get a little greedy, which he did, and off the back and down into the water, and really no chance to blast that one out. Of course, he takes a look at it. It's got on white britches, of course. That'd compound the effort to get it out of the water as well. So back to the drop circle, and this for a triple bogey. He went into this hole with a 3-shot lead over second and a 7-shot lead over third. He walked out of this hole in second place.
So he drops to 1 back of Garcia. You take a look at his career high scores on par 3s. His first, second, and third all have come in the bear trap. His worst 2, 2011 Honda Classic, an 8, and then today a 7 on 15. The unthinkable, the unimaginable. Adam Scott's 3-shot lead is gone. He now trails by 1, and everyone back in the mix. Remember that roller coaster we talked about? We were just on it. Scott now to 17. How does he pick up the pieces?
Well, there's a reason he had the lead. There is a reason that he had distanced himself from the field, he and Sergio Garcia, and it's iron shots like that. You have a selective memory. Put the bad shots out of your mind and go back to work. Meanwhile, Sergio Garcia had missed it in the left bunker. This is no cakewalk, not by a long shot. Water staring you in the face, downhill lie, green slopes away from you. And of course, he's got stress. Very easy to make double bogey from there.
So now, Adam Scott for birdie. And just like that, he is back to 9 under par. His first career bogey in the bear trap in 9 rounds. That is hard to believe in itself. And we go to 18, Scott with a 1-shot lead.
Both of them hit poor drives in the left bunker and forced to lay up. And again, this is Sergio Garcia. We're going to talk a little later in the show just about how good he is from 50 to 125 yards. And a matter of fact, so is his playing companion. Both of them hit beautiful shots in here. Of course, this one on the same exact line as Sergio Garcia, so he would have gone to school here. Adam Scott misses to the left. And as we were sitting here, Ryan, you said, no way he's going to miss this, and you were right.
So Garcia on the final hole with a birdie at 18, and now we sit at 9 under. Co-leaders Adam Scott and Sergio Garcia. So looking ahead to the weekend, Garcia, if you're wondering, 3 for 12 in the lead or co-lead after 54-hole leads. I'll say it again, 3 for 12. Conversely, Adam Scott, 6 for 10, 60%. Anyone would take that. One number for Adam Scott, the last player to win with a quadruple bogey. You might guess Phil Mickelson. You'd be right. The 2009 Tour Championship, but the last player to do it on the weekend, David Graham in 1983. Adam Scott won't forget 15 for a long, long time.
Yeah, I guess that's why they call it the bear trap. It got me good today. But fortunately, I'm playing good enough that I've still got a share of the lead, which is a great position to be in going to tomorrow. And I felt like the game's really under control. I did a lot of things really well today, so it's exactly the round I needed. And, need to put one more together tomorrow. It's going to be an exciting day for me.